Marcus sat at his kitchen table staring at his phone. It was 9:30 on a Thursday night, and the house felt too quiet. His daughter Emma had been at summer camp for 3 days now, and the silence was unbearable. He opened his messages and typed quickly, "I miss you so much, sweetheart." His thumb hovered over the send button. Through tired eyes, he hit send without checking the name. 2 seconds later, his heart dropped. The message had gone to Victoria Hayes, his boss, the woman who ran the entire marketing department with precision and grace. Marcus felt his face go hot. He was 42 years old, and he had just sent his boss a message meant for his 12-year-old daughter. He typed frantically, "I am so sorry that was meant for my daughter. She is at camp. Please forgive the confusion." He set the phone down and put his head in his hands. This was mortifying. Victoria was professional kind, but always maintained clear boundaries. She was probably 10 years younger than him, maybe 32 or 33. Always put together, always focused. And now she would think he was completely inappropriate. His phone buzzed. "No need to apologize, Marcus. I understand completely. How long is she away for?" He exhaled slowly. "Thank you for understanding. 2 weeks total. First time she has been away this long. The 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. That must be really hard, especially after everything you have been through." Marcus stared at the message. Victoria knew his wife Sarah had passed away 2 years ago from cancer. Everyone at the office knew, but she had never mentioned it directly before. He typed back carefully. "Some days are harder than others. Tonight is one of those nights." Her response came quickly. "I am sure Emma misses you just as much." Marcus smiled slightly. Then his phone buzzed again, but not with a text. Victoria was calling him. He answered hesitantly. "Hello." "Marcus, hi." Victoria's voice was softer than he expected. "I hope this is not crossing a line, but I just wanted to check on you. Are you doing okay?" He was quiet for a moment. "Honestly, not really. I know she is having fun, but the house feels empty without her." "I know that sounds silly." "It does not sound silly at all." Victoria said gently, "Being a parent means your heart lives outside your body. When they are gone, even for good reasons, it hurts." Something in her voice made him ask, "Do you have kids?" "No, but I was very close to my father growing up. He raised me on his own after my mom left. So I saw what it was like from the other side." Marcus felt something shift in his chest. "I did not know that. Not many people do." She paused. "Look, I know this might sound strange, but I live about 15 minutes from you. Would be okay if I stopped by, just for a little while. Sometimes an empty house is the hardest thing to sit in alone." Marcus was stunned. "That is really kind, but you don't have to do that. I want to. I will be there in 20 minutes. She hung up before he could protest. Marcus looked around his kitchen. Dishes in the sink. Emma's drawing still on the refrigerator. He quickly straightened up, washed the dishes, and changed his shirt. When the doorbell rang, he felt nervous in a way he had not felt in years. He opened the door. Victoria stood there in jeans and a simple red top. Her long blonde hair was down, instead of pulled back like it was at the office. She looked younger somehow, more human. She held up a bag. "I brought tea and some cookies from the bakery near my place. I hope that is okay." Marcus stepped aside. "Please come in." She walked into the kitchen and immediately noticed Emma's drawings. "These are beautiful. Is this her work?" Marcus nodded. "She loves to draw. Wants to be an animator someday." Victoria smiled. "She has real talent." They sat at the kitchen table, and Victoria made tea like she had done it in his kitchen 100 times before. She moved with ease and confidence, but also with care. "So tell me about Emma. What is she like?" Marcus felt himself relax. "She is everything good in the world. Smart, funny, stubborn, like her mother. She has this way of seeing the best in people, even when they don't see it in themselves." "That sounds like someone I know," Victoria said, looking at him directly. Marcus felt his cheeks warm. "I don't know about that." "I do," Victoria said simply. "You are one of the kindest people I have ever worked with, Marcus. You never take credit for your ideas. You always help the younger team members. You show up every day, even when I know some days are harder than others. He looked down at his tea. I just try to do my job. No, you do more than that. She reached across the table and placed her hand on his. And you are raising an incredible daughter on your own. That takes strength most people do not have. Marcus felt tears prick his eyes. Some days I feel like I am failing her. Like she deserves better than a dad who still cries when he finds her mother's books on the shelf. Victoria squeezed his hand gently. The fact that you still cry means you love deeply. And Emma knows that. She knows what real love looks like because she sees it in you every single day. A tear rolled down Marcus's cheek. How do you know that? Because my dad cried too, Victoria said softly. After my mom left, he would try to hide it, but I always knew. And it never made me think less of him. It made me understand that feelings matter, that it is okay to hurt, that love is worth the pain. They sat in silence for a moment. Then Victoria spoke again. When I got your text tonight, I knew it was a mistake right away. But I also saw something else. I saw a father who misses his daughter so much he needed to reach out even just to say it into the void. And I thought if that were my dad, I would want someone to check on him. Marcus looked up at her. Why are you really here, Victoria? She met his eyes. Because loneliness is the heaviest weight to carry. And because I have been where Emma is. And because maybe I have been a little lonely too. Her honesty hung in the air between them. Marcus realized he had never really seen Victoria before. Not as a person, just as his boss. But here she was sitting in his kitchen at 10 o'clock on a Thursday night. Because she understood. They talked until midnight. About loss and hope and the small moments that make life worth living. About Emma and Victoria's father, who had passed away 5 years ago. About how grief never really leaves, but somehow becomes part of the love you carry. When Victoria finally stood to leave, Marcus walked her to the door. Thank you, he said quietly, for coming, for listening, for understanding. She turned to face him. You are not alone, Marcus, and neither is Emma. She is lucky to have you. Victoria reached up and hugged him. Not a professional hug, but a real one. The kind that says, I see you and you matter. As she pulled away, she whispered, text me anytime, even if it is by mistake. Marcus watched her drive away, and for the first time in 3 days, the house did not feel quite so empty. His phone buzzed. It was Emma. Hi, Dad. Camp is amazing, but I miss you so much. Can we talk tomorrow? Marcus smiled and typed back. I miss you too, sweetheart. More than you know. We will talk tomorrow. I love you. Then he opened a new message. This time, he checked the name twice. Thank you, Victoria, for everything tonight. Her response came quickly. Anytime, Marcus. Sleep well. He did, for the first time in a long time. Sometimes kindness arrives exactly when you need it. Sometimes it comes from the most unexpected places. And sometimes a mistaken text is exactly what was meant to be. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below about a time when unexpected kindness changed your day. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear, Todd.